I'm in shock, and I'm so in love with my brother right now. Oh my God.
It came true.
I'm the king of the world!
I've got Oscar fever. Keith, I hope you got it too.
It's Christmas of Tinseltown, the Academy Awards.
This is it. This is quite the year.
I have something. It's not it's not been clinically diagnosed yet, but
Let's get weird. Keith, we look forward to this every year because as the thumbnail says, we're never wrong. We're never wrong.
nope.
Unblemished.
Never, not a day in my life.
You hear
Not a
that?
day in my life.
Unblemished record of success in predicting Oscar magic. In reality, we do these as a little competition where we alternate choosing. It's like a draft of sorts, and I think we've done it 5 times, and my record is 4-0-1. I think we had a tie.
This isn't. Let me try. This is not a competition. Ev loves the Oscars. I don't. This is Ev's Super Bowl, and my Super Bowl is the Super Bowl.
Gosh,
This is not
I'll promise
a
you this:
competition.
the Oscars this year will be better than this year's Super Bowl. All right, you have it's a
not
guarantee.
much.
The bar is on the floor.
But yes, Ev, you'll do great again this year. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you, Keith. I'm rooting for you.
Thanks.
Per usual, I have each category and the nominees on a piece of paper in a box, and I'm gonna draw one at a time. We save Best Picture for the end, so you have something to look forward to, something else besides our smiling, shining personalities. Category number 1, visual effects. Ooh,
That's a layup.
Starting with a bang.
Let's talk about things that are locked in. Here we go.
Your nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, film of the year, a lot of people,
Yeah.
The Lost Bus, and Sinners. I am going to go with Avatar, Fire and Ash. Until an Avatar film loses, it's the money's on the blue people.
Yeah, for sure. And I would also, that's correct. It doesn't really matter who else. To pick a number 2, I will go with Sinners.
All right, that's fair. It's a fair guess.
A distant number 2. With no disrespect. It's just Avatars to lose.
So eventually, especially if he keeps making these Avatar films, one of them will lose this. I don't know. Are people get tired of it? I feel like, I don't know. People get tired of it.
It made $2 billion, didn't it? I don't know if people are getting tired of it.
Ugh, get tired of it, would you?
I don't think anyone's getting tired of it.
I didn't even watch it.
I thought this was it. When James Cameron was saying, like, if it doesn't perform, I'll hang it up right now. And then it crushed.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe people are tired. Maybe he's getting wind of it. Maybe they're getting ahead of it. And it did not matter.
People love it. People love it.
People love it.
I turned off the second one. We couldn't even finish it. I'm sorry. So we didn't try to watch this one. I'm done. I'm out. Keith, your category is, best casting. Poppin' the cherry. Your nominees.
I'm a virgin!
Your nominees are Hamnet, Nina Gold, Marty Supreme, Jennifer Venditti, One Battle After Another, Cassandra Kalukundis. Sorry, I should have tried these before. The Secret Agent, Gabriel Dominguez, and Sinners, Francine Maisler. Keith.
I do think Sinners is going to win this award. It's not the film I would pick.
Sure.
But I believe Sinners will win.
As a gambling man, which is what we're trying to do here.
Which we're trying to be correct or right as the thumbnail supplies. So I do want to be upfront about that. This is not who I would select to win this award, but this is who I think will win this award.
Very interesting. Who would you select?
Well, I'll let you go first. Let you say and then I'm happy to say it.
I think Sinners is going to win too, but since Keith chose it, I cannot. So I will choose One Battle After Another, because there's a lot of obviously celebrated performances in that film. Beloved film, favorite in a lot of ways. So yeah, that's my official choice.
I would pick Marty Supreme.
Troy Young looks like my dad's dick!
I think Marty Supreme is the best casting and the most interesting choices that came together and worked the best. More so than any other film. Not to say that those films aren't great. That's not shitting on those films by any means.
Yeah.
The cast decisions paid off higher. Like, oh, you cast Leonardo DiCaprio. It went well. not to be too much of a dick, but I think Marty Supreme had bigger swings and they paid off.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Marty Supreme, I'm a little middle on the road on. I liked it, but I do think the casting was pretty great. It was a really interesting part of that movie. And that's, not any hate on the other two. Do we want to have the quick Sinners conversation real quick? Because you're saying you're going to pick it every time.
I said I'm not going to pick it every time. It just so happens the first two are Sinners. But how many nominations did it have?
16, the most all
16
time.
on record-breaking. The film is going to win so many awards, I feel like. But I don't know. Do you want to have the conversation?
Well, we have to at some point,
now?
so it might as well be now. I think you're being swayed too much by the energy and the emotion of everything that happened at the SAG Awards. And I think, it's easy to let that wash over you, but historically, the Academy is still the Academy, and Sinners, for as good to great a movie as it is not like, not an amazing picture overall, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I know that's not popular. I just rewatched it literally today in advance of this, and it was the second time seeing it, and I really liked it. I liked it more the second time. It hit harder, it landed, I appreciated it, but it's still not what I would say is like a perfect, great film. Certainly not the best film of all time to garner the most nominations of all time, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think it's the slam dunk that I'm assuming that you think it might be now.
I don't think it's I'm not measuring this film to time. I'm measuring film to today. This film to today.
Yeah.
I'm not measuring it against Gone with the Wind. I'm not.
Interesting comparison.
Maybe that's a bad example. It's the first film that popped in my head. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It just popped in my head.
Tried to think of the most harmless thing. Something I loved from my childhood. Something that could never, ever possibly destroy us. Nice thinking, Ray.
It's not Citizen Kane. It's not. I'm not comparing it to The Shining. I'm comparing it to this year of film. And no, it's not a perfect film. But I think it has a lot going for it right now. And I feel like this is going to sound stupid. Everything I said sounds stupid, so cut me some slack. I feel like it's a movie right now, it's a movie people want to reward. So it has the benefit of the doubt today. Just like it got the most nominations, there's so much momentum, like people want to celebrate this film, which is fair. I think that is fair. But going from movie to movie between them and one battle after another, which I believe are going to be fighting for Oscars every night, all night. I feel like the subtle difference is that Sinners has a little bit more thought-provoking, metaphorical, I can feel smart. Again, this is going to sound stupid, but I feel like there's more for the audience to feel like they know what this is about and they interpret it correctly and it's resonating with me. I think the Academy more than anyone wants to feel like I know what my art is and I know how to perfectly explain it and perfectly wrap my arms around it. I know what this is. Where One Battle Another I think is more straightforward. Expertly done, but more straightforward than Sinners. And I think that element really plays a role where it feels more artsy, and maybe it even is. But and that's why it's going to win this prestigious award. Again, stupid, but it's how I feel.
All right, I agreed with part of that until you think it might, you mentioned it might have more depth or artsiness or thought or whatever than One Battle After Another. But I agree
that face value, I'm not saying that. I think on behalf of people, perception of it, not my perception of it.
Yeah, there's a ton to love about Sinners. There really is. There's a ton to love about it and to be happy and to celebrate about its success in 100 different ways. That an original film by a black director that's not based on all this old IP and it's a big studio and it is such high levels of craft and ingenuity. I love so much of it, so much style. But I do think at the end of the day, the film itself being a horror film, very graphic, very gory, and then that, particularly in the third act of the film, I would say there are a lot of moments or several very dominant moments that choose style over subtlety. That kind of that gets, a lot of people have said like it becomes a little Marvel-y there towards the end, and that I don't know. I think that's gonna slow some people down a little bit, and it's important to remember coming off of this heat from the actor awards, where everyone's so high on Sinners. Like Black Panther also won Best Ensemble Casting at the actor awards. Like I know these are different films, but there's a history of this
films.
Doesn't necessarily going to translate to like, oh.
I'm not basing it solely on that win. I want to be very clear. I'm not basing it solely on that. I think that is a piece to it. And not only the win, but sort of the energy around the win, not just the win itself. But we talked about it earlier, like ballots haven't been cast yet. As of today, there's still 3 more days for this to like settle in for voters, to take all this stuff in and see where we are right now. Again, it's not about forever. It's not about 2 months ago.
Yeah, I know, totally.
It's about right now. And I think right now, the temperature is completely different. And I think people are rewatching it like you're rewatching it and saying, there's something here. Like, I think they're giving it more credit. Not that they're going to look back and be like, that was a mistake. It's not Crash.
Yeah.
But, I just think it's capturing the hearts and minds of people at the perfect time.
Yeah, it's interesting. And to that point, it's interesting to think about that, about how the voting windows overlap with all these other award shows, and how like something awful that like happened at the BAFTAs, how that can shape an awards campaign narrative or just, awards voters. And we were talking a little bit offline about how something like the BAFTAs thing combined with Sinner's success last night, does that open it up to more people and they go, yeah, we want to support that? Or can that even make some people recoil from that and say, oh, okay, they've gotten their love now. The Sinners team they've been celebrated. Now I'm going to go back to One Battle After Another because Paul Thomas Anderson has never won and I like that movie more. Whatever the narrative is. It's fascinating and unfortunate that all of these exterior circumstances or variables are going to, like what someone might vote for yesterday isn't what they would have voted for 2 weeks ago, based on just what's going on in the real world and not on if the strength of the film itself. And that's weird.
A thing I wish that was different. I really wish the Oscars judged the best films of the year and there was some level of consistency to that measurement.
Yeah,
but it's not. This
how do you
is the
fix
system
it?
we have.
How do you fix?
I don't know. I mean, that's a whole nother.
That is a whole nother. How do you fix
thing.
tanking in the NBA, Keith?
Well, I have some thoughts.
We'll come back to that. All right. My turn now.
Back in.
My turn.
I don't even remember.
Best director, best directing. We're jumping right to it.
Do I go first or no?
It's me. Your nominees are Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, or Ryan Coogler for Sinners. I am going to take my guy.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to take Paul Thomas Anderson, hoping that this is his year.
And I would agree. I would also take Paul Thomas Anderson for the record. I think the next person in line is Ryan Coogler. I think he's the next person in line. But now I just feel shitty taking only Sinners. It's going to be every category.
You're a big Sinners guy, baby. No,
so
we're trying to play the field. We're trying to play the odds here. So.
Yeah, I mean, so I will take Ryan Coogler for that. For the sake of the game.
Yes.
I'll take Ryan Coogler for this. I think he's in second place. Chloe Zhao is who I was like toying with, just like because I think Paul Thomas Anderson has it locked up. I think I feel very confident in him.
Even
him
after
this one.
you're swinging back to Sinners in the big picture, huh?
Well, no, I don't think Sinners is going to win every category.
All right.
I think he wins Best Director. Well, we can talk about it. And I think there's other things down the line that they win.
Okay, this next one's for you. Category is animated feature film.
Oh, perfect.
Your nominees are Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie or the Character of Rain, or Zootopia 2.
I am the. I'm gonna go with K-pop Demon Hunters. I feel like that it has to win with the seismic shift that it created, that wave. That is, it's a monster. So like, pun intended. It's a monster. It's gotta win.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, odds are I think that's the heavy favorite, and sadly, I have not personally seen it yet. I'll check it out at some point.
No, you won't. I did watch a little bit of it because my nieces and nephews. It was fine.
Yes. I'll take Zootopia 2 just because it made boatloads of money, and if I have to take a second place, I'll take that. I have heard good things about that Little Amelie movie, so I might actually watch that one. That's one I give a try to. Interesting that Elio made it in. I thought that movie did not do well. Pixar, baby, Pixar. They're in like Flint.
Hey, in like Flint. That's my favorite movie.
Woo! Back to me. Writing adapted screenplay. Nominees are Begonia by Will Tracy, Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro, Hamnet by Chloe Zhao and Maggie O'Farrell, One Battle After Another by Paul Thomas Anderson, Train Dreams by Clint Bentley and Greg Quidar. I am going with my boy, Paul Thomas Anderson, for One Battle After Another. Up until, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, I would have, even a week ago, I would have said all of these are layups. Director, the screenplay for him. It gives me a little bit of pause now that like, are people cooling on that? But this is one of those things that happens every year where you kind of like try to talk yourself out of something that you've been confident about for 4 or 5 months, and you go, oh no, I think people are over it. They're not going to vote for it, but fingers crossed. No, this is a layup. Again, I don't think there's any surprises. I don't think any. I've agreed with you on every one that you've gotten to pick first. I think the acting awards will lead to some surprises. We'll get there. Yeah, maybe there's one or two, but I just think this whole field is. Anyway, neither here nor there. I will go with Hamnet as a second place. That's good. Hamnet's a good choice. I'll always be sad that Begonia is getting so shafted this year. Kirsten, this is our chance. Our good friend Kirsten. I was really hoping Plemons obviously would pull it off last night at the awards, at the Actor Awards. I thought, that would really be hilarious since he's not even nominated, but another surprise instead. All right, Keith. Music original score. Ooh. Your nominees are Jerkson Fendrix for Begonia, Alexandre Desplat for Frankenstein, Max Richter for Hamnet, Johnny Greenwood for One Battle After Another, or Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. 4 for 4? You know what I'm doing. you know what I'm doing. I'm going with my boy Ludwig. Yes. Keith, the big Sinners #1 super fan. Yeah, no, but here, to give, he has won 2 Oscars in recent, 1 or 2 Oscars recent, definitely won in the past few years. So hot as a firecracker, he's doing great right now. And the film, when I think about it, the film is about music. Music plays a central role in it. Yeah. Again, this is going back to my it's metaphorical, it's symbolic, it's artsy in a way that makes voters feel really good about rewarding it because it feels intelligent. This is an example of that. Yeah. This is a movie about music and the importance of it and how it defines culture. So it wins here. It is very
Whatever.
impressive. It is very impressive. On the second watch, I get to pay more attention to it, and the way that it all starts with like a really simple sort of blues riff, and how it can then evolve and have all these different influences, and not just in that main scene where it goes through all the different, like genres and timelines and whatnot, but throughout the film, how it can build from this really simple plucking riff to like death metal practically as the climax of the vampire fights and stuff. Like, it's very, very interesting. I think pretty profound work. So I think it'll win too. I'll pick One Battle After Another, Johnny Greenwood. A score I also, was left feeling and thinking about, and was really a central part of that film. But yeah, I think Sinners gets this one.
Yeah. And many more.
All right, back to me. Production design. We have Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. I will go with Frankenstein.
Yeah.
For production design. Frankenstein, a film I liked quite a bit. Quite a bit.
You would.
It was totally good. People need to relax. People are such haters. Haters. People
What
talking
do you mean?
about
It's nominated for Best Picture.
people.
How is
I
it-
know, but people are haters. Everybody's such haters. Oh, Frankenstein sucks. Hamnet's too cheesy. Y'all are haters. Happy Gilmore sucks. Happy Gilmore 2. Now, that's a bad
Yes.
movie.
Now we're back.
You idiots. All right, Frankenstein. How about you, Keith?
I wrote down Frankenstein is my one as well. And then I have two other who I would put it to, and I'm gonna go with One Battle After Another.
Wow.
Here, and not Sinners. So
Surprising.
deal with it.
Surprising. I probably would have
Yeah.
picked Sinners second myself. But whatever. I always hope that there's like some random shit like Hamnet wins 9 awards. You're just like, wait, what? Like it wins all
Yeah.
of these that you don't.
I'm all for chaos.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I just don't think this is the year for it.
F1 is Best Picture. Like, bring it on. Like, I need that.
I did want to say the I don't know, maybe at the end. I don't want to. Well, I'm going to say it right now. Fuck it, because we're here.
Live, baby.
I would like to. You know what the thing that I am so interested to watch outside of, I think the major awards, as I talked about, are locked up. You know what the race I'm watching is going to be? Who's winning more Oscars, Marty Supreme or F1? That's the race that I'm very interested in to see what film takes home more Oscars. I think it's going to be a lot more lopsided maybe than people think.
I think each.
In a way,
I think they're getting the same amount. Can I say that? I think they're getting the same amount.
I'd be interesting if they get a tie, if they tie. But we can. I don't want to divulge too much.
We'll get
but,
there. We'll get there.
To me, I feel I'm so fascinated by that matchup.
All right. Your turn, Keith. Let's see if we get to an actor yet. Documentary feature film. Your nominees
My
are
favorites.
The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. I've actually seen a couple of these this year, which is a new development for me.
That's good. I'm gonna go with The Alabama Solution.
All right. That's one of the ones I saw. I think that's middle of the pack. Very affecting film. It's not a good time. But the favorite seems to be The Perfect Neighbor. And I watched that one as well, and I want to watch it again because it's a Netflix doc, and I think I just sort of like it blended together in my mind with all the countless infinite hours of true crime that my wife and I watch, and so I was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's another thing. And then I was like, well, that movie's nominated for it's like the favorite, so I'm gonna watch it again. But I think I'll pick that one because that's the odds-on favorite.
Sure.
But I recommend you watch both of them and the other three as well. Cheers.
Thank you. You're a big documentary guy.
Yeah, we're professionals. All right, let's get an actor. Let's get an actor. I don't want an actor. That's where all the pressure is. All right. Actor in a leading role. Your nominees are Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, our boy. Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. This, perhaps more than any other, is put into disarray from the events of the Actor Awards, with Michael B. Jordan winning, which I think surprised a lot of people. Surprised me. I think his performance might be the weakest of these five, and that's not meant as an insult.
How dare you?
To Mr. B. Jordan, who does a fine job. Briefly, Michael B. Jordan. You remember the show called Entourage? Yes. I remember one Ari Gold discussing with one Vinny Chase, and Vinny Chase saying,
"Do you think I'm a good actor, Ari?" "I did not sign you in the first place because I thought you could act. I signed you because I thought you were a movie star."
And I think that's Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan, charismatic, likable, powerful, intense, fun, commands the screen, always happy to see him and stuff, and a fine actor. I haven't seen a ton of like range, and
Yeah.
I know that sounds like I'm being insulting. I'm not trying to be. Like, I like him a lot, and I think he does a great job in this movie. But there's moments in his performance where I go, it's just a little,
Be careful. I will.
So, sorry. Not my choice. Do you care to weigh in? I'm drowning.
I understand what you're saying. I am not like, how dare you? Like, as I'm sure everyone who's watching this is. But I think, I don't know, that sounds too disrespectful. I think he's very good. I don't think he's one of the all-time greats, at least not yet. And I don't necessarily think he's on pace to be one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, he's a great movie star.
But I think he is a great talent.
Fair.
Does that?
I don't think Brad Pitt's a great actor.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So I'm not trying, I'm not trying to be insulting. Like, I think Brad Pitt's a great movie star. It's another example of that. Charismatic, commands the screen.
Semantics at this. This is.
No, but I just want to be clear. You can be famous and celebrated and some people's favorites of all time. And I'm not going to necessarily, quibble with that. But I don't think, there's a difference. There's a difference, is my point.
Yeah, no, I agree. The range thing that you bring up, that's typically the argument that I have with myself of like, do you have that range, that transformative range?
Yeah.
And I don't think I don't know. He hasn't expressed it just yet.
No. I like him in the role. Anyways, I'll pick Michael B. Jordan. I'm just kidding. I'm going with the original favorite. I'm going with young Chalamet.
Chalamet. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what happens here.
Yeah, no, agreed. A week ago, I go, yeah, this is Chalamet's to lose, and the momentum has swung. So I will take Michael B. Jordan.
Wow.
Because I think he is in second place in this heat.
I think before last night, I might have thought that, and I think the odds had Wagner Moura as the number 2. So Michael B. leapfrogged. So I'm inclined to agree that he's the second favorite now. But
he's another one that I think people just want him to win. Like, he's a hero of this time. I think people want to celebrate him.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
And that's great. Again, I'm not saying that's incorrect. I just think the momentum is on his side.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Is it enough?
Would you have picked him anyways if I didn't pick Chalamet?
No, I would have picked Chalamet.
Okay. Odds are.
I would have.
All right. Let's see what Keith's got next here. Actress in a leading role. Your nominees are Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Renati Renazvi, I promise I'd learn how to say that. I'm stupid. Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Who you got?
I will. Jessie Buckley, I think, will take this one home. Incredibly talented. I think this is her year. The end.
Yeah, pretty uncontroversial.
I don't think there's much to say about it.
Choice. Yeah, this to me is probably the surest. It is the surest of the acting awards, I think. She's pretty well cleaned up on this whole run. She's incredible. I've been a big fan of her since I first saw her in movies, and this performance is a powerhouse of everything. So it's well deserved. It's well deserved. It's one of those things too where you think she's won now 3 or 4 of these other high profile awards in the run up. And if there's people that are still voting that get kind of sick of seeing her, you know what I mean? But that often doesn't happen. You know, Kieran Culkin, Robert Downey Jr. in recent years that just run the whole table.
I think, to contradict your thought of someone being like, I've seen too much of this person in this award season, in any award season, like generally speaking, in award season, I think the more it happens, the more people who are voting want to be right.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Like it fuels them being like, oh, that is the right choice, and I know what I'm talking about. So I can't pick against that. Everyone's saying that, so I should. You know what I'm saying? Like not like
it's true.
Pressure.
Human nature is an interesting.
They don't want to be wrong. They don't want to pick, someone. They're all talented. I'm not trying to, but someone that's like out of nowhere.
Kate
like,
Hudson.
That's who you pick. I'm not insulting anyone, but
no, Kate Hudson did great. We watched
Song
Song Blue. It was a totally good performance. Very kind of old school. I'll pick Rose Byrne. If I had legs, I'd kick you. It's funny, just like we were watching the actor awards yesterday, and I was just like, Jessie Buckley won, and I was like, keep it short. Keep it short. You've been up there a lot. You're giving kind of long speeches. Don't let people get tired of you. And she did good. She kept it short. She got up there and said, thank you. See you later. All right. Next up for me, cinematography. I didn't really want this one, TBH.
Well, you got it.
The nominees are Dan Lawston for Frankenstein, Darius Khondji for Marty Supreme, Michael Bauman for One Battle After Another, Autumn Durald Arkapaw for Sinners, and Adolfo Veloso for Train Dreams. I don't really know. I don't really know.
How many do you have? How many of these do you think have a chance?
Realistically, 3. But I think they're all deserving. Like I don't think Frankenstein has a chance at all, and I think the cinematography in Frankenstein is really quite nice. Like it's one of the better things about it.
Okay, Frankenstein to me sometimes looks gorgeous, and then sometimes looks awful. In my opinion, I think there's some. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I need to watch it again. I only saw it once. I love the cinematography of Train Dreams, and so there's a part of me that wants to choose that. But like, I think of course everyone likes it because it's natural and real, and you're shooting the sun, and like it's beautiful. Like the world is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to diminish at all what this person did because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful looking film, and I love that kind of natural light cinematography. But then I also wonder if that works against them. If there's people like, just go outside and film and you're gonna get good stuff. The real talent is lighting someone on a green screen.
The Void. The Void is the real talent.
And then rewatching Sinners just today, I thought, there is a ton of really beautiful cinematography, very stylish, particularly while it's still daytime. And then when it gets dark, it's still really beautiful. It's shot interestingly in darkness, right? Because that's a hard thing to make look good. And it does make it look really good. So I could see that, but it also is hella dark. And then One Battle After Another. I'm gonna go Sinners. I'm gonna go Sinners.
Wow. I think it's a good choice. I think you are incorrect.
Yeah, it might be.
I think you are incorrect. I do. It's a 3-horse race. And I will go with One Battle After Another.
Wow, leaving
and
Train Dreams.
One Battle After Another was my pick. I don't think Train Dreams is gonna get it. I know it's won. I forget what award show that it was, but it won a cinematography award already, I believe.
No, I don't know.
I think it's a dueling night between Sinners and One Battle After Another, and I think this is the one that This is one of the ones. The One Battle After Another can and will win.
All right. I'm gonna, if I was voting with my heart, I'd pick Train Dreams. So I'm rooting for Train Dreams. All right, Keith.
Good luck.
Next up. Best sound. Your nominees are F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, or Surratt. You're going
F1, baby.
Yeah.
No, I'm going F1. I'm going F1, baby.
Yeah.
This is F1, and F1-1. Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme.
0.
Yeah.
0.
Unless Timothy.
On my list.
Timothy is the only shot. Yeah, I would have picked F1 too. That movie's fun and has great sound. I'll pick Sinners because it's a safe bet. It's probably going to win a boatload. And the sound is obviously very important in that film. So, all right, me. I get actress in a supporting role. Nominees are Elle Fanning, Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, Tiana Taylor, One Battle After Another. So I didn't want this one either. This one is honestly might be the hardest in a lot of ways. Obviously, Amy Madigan won last night with the Actor Awards, which mixes that up because I think prior to that, Tiana Taylor was 1 and Wunmi Mosaku was kind of 2. And there's people that are saying Amy Madigan's going to win now. Whereas a month ago, I would have said Tiana Taylor for sure. And the tragedy of it all is my favorite performance is Inga Ibsdottir Lilius. Gives a very understated, beautiful, subtle, real performance. I'm going to go with Wunmi Mosaku.
Wow.
I think
gift.
Tiana Taylor, it's too early. And I think Amy Madigan, Weapon sucks too much. Sorry, I'm teasing y'all.
No, I think this is the one that doesn't change anything. I think the Amy Madigan win that's the Actors Awards. That's a different, I don't know. That's how it felt to me. It was like, wow, what a surprise for that award show. And I think we move on from it.
Yeah.
I don't think it changes. It's a nice thing for her. That movie had Oscar buzz from the beginning, and it was in the mix for a long time, and it wins, and it gets rewarded.
Yeah.
And I just think that's over now. That's my personal opinion. So I will gladly take Tiana Taylor. Great.
Yeah, I'll probably regret that. Overthinking it. I loved Amy Madigan rambling speech last night about your Ken doll doesn't even have anything down there. And she's just like, I'm sorry.
It was like when you were little and you had the Barbie and then you got Ken and you whipped down his drawers and you went, Ken has nothing.
All right, well, we'll see. That's kind of my big swing. All right, you're up. And your category is writing original screenplay.
There we go.
Your nominees are Blue Moon by Robert Kaplow, It Was Just an Accident by Jafar Panahi, Nadir Sevar, Shadmir Rastin, and Mehdi Mahmoodian. Marty Supreme by Ronald Bronstein and Josh Safdie. Sentimental Value by Eskil Vogt and Joachim Trier. And Sinners by Ryan Coogler.
Sinners by Ryan Coogler will win this award. I really like the movie. I don't think I said that when we were going back and forth. I feel like everything that I've said before makes it feel like I don't think the praise is justified. Mm-hmm. So at this point in time, I want to clarify. I think the praise is justified. I just think that momentum is swelling so much that it's hard to overlook. It's hard to feel like there is even a one battle to be had.
No.
You're welcome.
You're well done, everyone. Keith. Keith is also a writer. Original screenplay next year.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think this movie, I think this movie is so thoughtful, so thoughtfully written, so thoughtfully crafted. There is such a purpose to it, and I think it's great. I think it's really well done overall.
You know what the stupidest part about Sinners is?
What's that?
That an Asian gal tells him to come in.
I mean, that is, that's very frustrating, for sure.
The movie needed that to happen. Otherwise it would have not had a movie. That needed to happen for the movie, and it was just like...
Yeah. There's a couple of things, there's a handful of things like that where when you talked about like a little marvelly at the end, but I'm okay with that if everything else is so layered and so purpose-driven, and you can see the intent, even if you don't fully wrap your heads around it at that time, like you can just see the effort, and I love that. So you can forgive the parts that are not so much like that at times.
The more and more I've paid attention to the one battle after another and the discourse around that and the various layers that maybe I didn't even pick up on the first time, that it's much more satirical and not meant to be taken so literally. Like I had a little bit of that, but I didn't really dive all the way in. And I think if I'm willing to extend that to one battle after another, you have to also be willing to extend that to Sinners, where it's not trying to be like a literal real world movie per se.
It's got vampires in it, guys.
It's a vampire. It's a vampire metaphor movie. Like it's all right. I don't love little decisions that are made and you go like that character would never do that, which distracted me in the moment in that initial viewing because you're not really sure what you're watching yet. But then it was less egregious to me, anyways, on the second viewing because you're like, I know what this is, and now you can kind of just enjoy it. So
yeah,
I will pick sentimental value. I would probably also pick Sinners. I feel confident Sinners will win here. But people really love sentimental value, and rightfully so. And I think the script
it has a chance.
The script is excellent. I mean, the script it's a very writerly script movie. Like it's in all the best ways. Like that carries that film. And it's got a shot. And there's always a shot, like not to be depressing and negative, but that a big movie with a bunch of buzz that's culturally very impactful and important, like Sinners, doesn't translate, and you get that like the old Academy voters, and all of a sudden, like Sinners gets 2 awards. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. But
maybe
that's more likely than it getting 14. I think. Like I'd take the under, and I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that's wrong, but it's possible. It's possible.
What is the record? And who is it? Titanic with 9 or 10?
I believe it's Titanic, and I think it's like 11. I think there's 3 films that won 11, and it's like Titanic, Return of the King for some god-awful reason. It's the worst of that original trilogy, in my opinion, of the Lord of the Rings. And then there's one other like, I don't know, 60s or 70s movie, I think, that did really well. But it's you, I think. You.
Yes.
Nope, that's Best Picture. We're saving that. Saving that for the end.
Should just keep that out.
Yeah, we'll keep that out. I like putting it in there to remind everybody what's coming. All right.
That it's coming.
Keith, film editing. Your nominees. Stephen Maroney for F1. Ronald Braunstein and Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme. Andy Jurgensen for One Battle After Another. Oliver Boogie Kuti, for Sentimental Value. And Michael P. Shaver for Sinners.
This one, I think, is tough. I kind of wanted to go second in this category because I wanted to struggle with potentially taking F1 again.
F1's got a shot here. It's got a real shot.
I know. I want to have the balls to do it.
Do it.
I don't think
do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I don't think I do. But if I was going second, and I think it's a 3-horse race, I'm gonna go. Damn, this is tough. This I feel like this stresses me out. This one because honestly, because One Battle After Another, I'm gonna go One Battle After Another.
Wow.
I think that opening. It feels like an opening montage, but it's like 30 minutes. It's so well done. It's so well paced. It's such a crisp movie. I can't. I have to go One Battle After Another. So,
yeah, I think that's a good choice. I think that's a good choice. That's what I would do. I'm going to pick F1. I'm going to take the consolation prize of F1 over Sinners. I think it's got a shot. I don't know. I'd love it. It'd be hilarious if it did win. But I think it's One Battle After Another. Sinners, oddly enough, I mean, we're really spending all of our downtime here talking about Sinners, but that's because it's one of the biggest, and we did a whole episode about One Battle After Another, so this is kind of our first opportunity to talk about Sinners. I think the editing, while really good in some places, I think one of the problems with that is in that third act, it feels like it ends like 5 times. It has one of those problems where it builds to a crescendo and then releases and then release and so that's not necessarily on the editor entirely because that's a directing choice, but just throwing it out there. Down vote. All right, me. Music original song. Nominees are Dear Me by Diane Warren from Relentless. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters by a lot of people. Much love to them. I Lied to You from Sinners. Raphael Sadiq, shout out. Ludwig Göransson. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verde, that film we all saw and loved, by Nicholas Pike. Train Dreams by Nick Cave and Bryce Dessner. I like Nick Cave. He has a lot of interesting, fun music. I'm going with Golden. K-Pop Demon Hunters. It has to be.
This is a lock. I'll go with I Lied to You as a backup.
That's a good backup.
100%.
Yeah.
Book it.
Diane Warren being nominated every year for movies that I've never heard of is really, we got to look into that. the next year's Best Documentary Feature could be about whatever dark conspiracy is keeping Diane Warren nominated every year. Keith, I think that's your story to tell.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Keith. Costume design. Deborah L. Scott for Avatar Fire and Ash. Kate Hawley for Frankenstein. Malgosia Terzanska for Hamnet. Miyako Belize for Marty Supreme. Or Ruth E. Carter for Sinners.
I am gonna go with Frankenstein. I feel like this is where this movie gets rewarded. I think this is an Oscar caliber film, but just at some of these less, I don't know, the down ballot, is that maybe a way to describe it?
Sure. The unimportant work is what you mean, Keith, you prick.
I think it gets rewarded here,
yes.
for sure.
Yeah, I would probably pick Frankenstein as well. I probably will. But for the sake of this exercise, I will pick Sinners. Not a bad consolation prize. There's also the chance to mention now, Sinners could not come up big. It could also come up huge and win all these more like technical awards and art awards that I think we both think Frankenstein is in line for. But you never know. Sinners could win 8 and win all of these sorts of production design stuff.
That's the story of the night, I think. Is Sinners and one battle after another. How many can they collect?
Yeah. All right. Next up is me. Actor in a supporting role. Okay. Let's talk about it. Nominees are Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. So Skarsgård was an early favorite after, I think, winning the Globe and I think something else. And so the odds had him at 1 and Sean Penn sort of at 2, where I thought we all agreed when we saw One Battle After Another, back when it came out, that Sean Penn was going to win. I thought that was just like a general, that we all as a society said, okay, good.
100%.
Tuck that aside.
100%.
That's been agreed upon. And then Delroy Lindo was nominated, which came as a surprise to a lot of folks, but a very pleasant surprise because Delroy Lindo is fucking awesome. And I've loved him for as long as I've loved watching movies. I remember him in Ransom with Mel Gibson. He was so good in that movie. I loved that movie when I was a kid, and so many others. But he was sort of just like, I don't think he's really got a shot. All respect to Jacob Elordi and Benicio, who I really don't think have a shot here. But now, in part because of Sinners being on this massive uptick, and in part because of the very unfortunate incident at the BAFTAs, I think there's a lot of renewed attention on Delroy Lindo. And the potential that he could sneak in here and win this is real. And I wonder if voters will be put off at the idea of voting for Sean Penn, who has his own checkered history, to vote for someone like Delroy, who's really deserving and is honestly one of the best parts of Sinners. I thought that both times I saw it. Stellan Skarsgård, great performance, but he's always great, and it's not so different for me. I'm going Sean Penn. Sorry, long-winded. I'm picking Sean Penn. I'm going with my horse.
I thought I had a chance to steal another from you. Yeah, I love Sean Penn. I said it on our episode about it. I just felt he crushed it. He should win this award. For everything that you just said, I just want to take Delroy Lindo as a sleeper. I love him in Soul of the Game. He played Satchel Paige.
Oh.
And as a kid, I watched that movie, and I'll never forget the line where he's coming into the game. Satchel Paige's coming to the game. And the manager, he's like forcing his way into the game. And I believe the manager, who I forget who it was at the time, was like,
You haven't warmed up. I ain't never cooled off.
I go like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give that man an
I loved
Oscar.
it. It's like 30 years later, he deserves.
Yes.
I never cooled off, baby. So I kind of just want to take him, but I'll take Stellan Skarsgård just on the off chance that Sean Penn doesn't win.
Playing the odds. Yeah. All right. That's interesting. We might both get burned on that. I just think Sean Penn was easily the most memorable performance of the year. Of all categories. Like that.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
I
think he makes that movie. I think he's not. I don't like the heart and soul of the movie, but I just think he's the thing you can rally around. I don't know. He drives that movie in a way that is just impressive to me.
It's the most memorable part of a very memorable film. Like it's you can't he really just came in there and did it. International feature film.
Okay.
Brazil, The Secret Agent. France, It Was Just an Accident. Norway, Sentimental Value. Spain, Surat. And Tunisia, The Voice of Hind Rajab.
I mean, I gotta go Sentimental Value, right?
Well, I'd say it's a comfortable 2-horse race, probably.
So I'm gonna go Sentimental Value. I think that's the way to go with this one. It's too nominated too much elsewhere.
Yeah.
To not be rewarded, I think.
I think you're right. I think a tell of how much people love and appreciate that film, I mean, by people, I mean the Academy, is that of the 5 nominated directors, Trier is in there. And so I think that tells you what you need to know. So I think that's a good choice. I'll pick The Secret Agent out of Brazil. Also a very good film. We'll see. I think it'll be Sentimental Value. Looks like just one left for me before Best Picture, which means you get Best Picture first. Don't love that. It's the addition of Best Casting that fucked me. I had it all planned out. Makeup and hairstyling, the climax. The nominees are Frankenstein, Kukuho, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, Oscar nominated The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. Did you like The Smashing Machine?
No.
Yeah, it was kind of whatever. Okay, like it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Didn't feel much one way or the other.
Yeah.
All right, Keith. I go first. Makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein, for sure. I'll take Sinners as a second. I thought about taking The Smashing Machine just for the hell of it.
The makeup is good, man. He looks like a different person.
He looks different. He looked like
but real.
I didn't like the movie, but I think it deserves to be in the category.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
All right. I thought you were gonna pick The Ugly Stepsister.
No thanks. I think she's beautiful.
Your Pornhub search history. All right, Keith.
How long did you work on that?
I just thought of it. It's improv, baby. Improv.
It's good.
Thank you. I worked on it for 3 weeks. I hope I nailed it. All right. Best Picture, Keith. The big one. Begonia. F1.
Oh, you're going to read them all.
Frankenstein. Hamnet. Marty Supreme. One Battle After Another. The Secret Agent. Sentimental Value. Sinners. Train Dreams. May I just say, congratulations to all the nominees. Sincerely. This is a good batch. This is a good batch of movies. This is a good strong batch.
I like this so much better than it was last year's, I want to say. I really didn't like last year's that much.
There's usually like 6 or 7 that I'm like, yeah, cool. And then 3, 4, 5 even that I'm like, Yeah. These are all good.
I am not mad at this year. I am happy about this year.
F1, funny inclusion, but whatever. We got to have big movies too.
There's 10 movies in.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's hard. I almost think 10 is too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well.
But I'm glad they're all in there, to be honest with you. I think this is really tough. After our One Battle and After Another episode, I said this is going to win 3 Oscars, and Best Picture was one of them. I'm gonna go Sinners.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Sinners. I think Paul Thomas Anderson wins for Best Director. I think this wins for Best Picture, and I think everyone's happy. I think that's the thing that everyone can be happy about. That's the divide.
The Oscars never ends and everyone's happy. That has never happened in history.
But if that does happen, do you think that's the closest to everyone's happy? Is there another version of this night that you could paint that everyone is happy better than that?
Well, I mean, everyone can never be happy. So no, I guess that's probably the best. I think Sinners could win Best Picture, and there'd be a lot of Sinners purists who would be upset that Coogler didn't get Best Director. And I'll tell you one thing, in your little ideal Eden version that you just pitched us, I'll tell you who's not going to be happy are the Marty Supreme fanatics.
They are.
They are.
This is not their night.
In for a bad night, I think. I think it's tough for the stands.
To what we talked about, like the ebbs and flows, I think early on, this was going to win a lot of awards. A couple months ago, a month or so ago, if we had this same call.
You think Marty?
Yeah, I think I'd be looking at Marty Supreme very differently 2 months ago.
Yeah, well, they had the roughest path in terms of the smear campaigns that we alluded to.
For sure. But do you disagree? Do you? I feel like they had high stock at one point, and it has.
I think it had higher stock, certainly, but I don't think it was ever a threat to be in serious consideration for Best Picture.
Not for Best Picture, but the other, like I think. Like, we're now questioning, will Timothée Chalamet win Best Actor? Where I feel like that was
for sure,
a lock.
For sure. But yeah, for sure. It's wild that movie will just end up with, I think, one. I think that'll be the one win that they get. But I don't think that in a year that had, in particular, One Battle After Another, which has some of that same frantic energy, like an intense adult story, I don't think that Marty would have won any of those cinematography or anything over editing over One Battle After Another. Like One Battle After Another would win the technical achievements, I think.
What about screenplay?
Maybe. I'll tell you the only thing that would make me really, really upset. At the end of the day, who cares about anything? And I would love, I'm gonna pick One Battle After Another to win. I want it to win. I think it was the best film I saw. So that would make me really, really happy. But I'd also be happy if Sinners wins. Like I said, we should all celebrate Sinners' success is great for movies. Period, full stop. You don't have to like the movie. You can think it's overrated, whatever the case may be. Sinners being successful is great for movies. So that's a win for us all. But if this night gets through and Paul Thomas Anderson is still not an Oscar winner, I'm gonna run through a fucking wall. Like we gotta end this madness at some point. And I don't think that's possible. I think
I don't think it's
absolutely will win for writing at minimum. I think it would be a crime if he doesn't get director and if they don't get Best Picture, whatever. He deserves the director and he deserves writer, and I think that film deserves Best Picture. If Sinners sneaks in and gets Best Picture, okay, I can still be happy.
Yeah.
But I even though it's become a lot more common, it still is historically rare for director and picture to go opposite directions. So I would still think that PTA and the movie will win, but
yeah, I don't. Yeah, we'll see. But I think this is to your point. I think everyone can be happy. Not everyone. I'll be happy no matter what the outcome between those two films. I think they're both great films. I'm excited to see them. awarded, and I'll be happy for whatever awards they win.
All right, Keith. Well, it's been a real joy having this conversation with you again. Is there anything you want to add to the people as they prep to watch?
No. Do you?
No. I'm just. I hope that you'll be invited back to the BAFTAs in future years after your incident.
Oh, come on. Come on.